Alright, Rampage Jackson is going full Streisan mode. I gotta be honest, I have way too many timestamps to go over in this interview. Where Rampage is either lying, telling misleading information, but then the other part is, I made a video about, okay, this is a father watching, his son do this, and now his son is going to serve time because of it. Why are you on Ariel Helwani right now? Why are you still streaming? Why haven't you taken a break since this happened? But we'll see what we get through. I want to start off at we can start here. Um, when he's talking about how he hasn't spoken to Raja since this happened.
So I'm just letting you know, Roger did something really stupid. And he streamed it all on his platform now. Now, it's nothing wrong with streaming. I heard what you said about streaming. There's nothing wrong with streaming. Like, there's been hundreds or maybe thousands of people streaming, and they never have a stupid stuff like this happen. Roger he just got out of hand. But one thing.
Just got out of hand. Just got out of hand that he hit him 22 times while he was unconscious. Two, three, four, five shots. Completely different story. Had he would have whooped his ass right when he hit him with the can, completely different story. Now, if he still went that far outside, it'd still be charges. But we're just beginning.
That y'all don't know about Roger, I know about my son is that I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, he don't he just don't take bullshit. He felt very disrespected. The guy hit him on the back of the head with the can, and the only reason why he dropped it and let it go is because they told him, you can get your get back in the ring. We'll make something out of it, and you can fuck him up in the ring. Then Ross like, oh, okay then. And then I saw the video. He went and talked to Psycho Stu. They told him what to do, and he was like, okay, I understand it now. I understand it. And people saw the video, and they took it as, oh, he apologized. So why did he sneak in the ring? That's the misinformation. And that's why some.
No. Everybody knows it's a work. Everybody knew that, they brought him in, they gave him front row seats, and they set up the queue with his own song to go in there, have a spot, do a slam, hit him a couple times, and then walk out. And then maybe he could have had a solid gig in that indie scene. I know he's an MMA fighter, but again, you look at Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, people who go into it that do have talent in actual martial arts, develop a lot of skills on the mic that, you know, works in both wrestling and the fight game. It's all the fight game, it's all fight promotion, right? Nobody is saying it wasn't a work. Everybody is saying your son took it way too far. To the point where he's lucky that that man is still breathing.
So many people mad at Roger because they think he just snuck in the ring and attacked this man without Psycho Stu even knowing it was coming. Stupid.
The one part that I wasn't clear about was he was obviously invited by AJ Mana to come to the event. Was he invited just to watch, or was he invited to partake in the event? Did they think that he was there to be a participant, and that's why Psycho Stu started doing the thing that he did, and then said to him, "Hey, you're not going to sell it"? Like, was he there just as a fan, or was he there? Hey guys, Raja Jackson, the son of Rampage, is going to be here. He's going to do something backstage. He's going to stream it. What was his invitation like?
Roger was there just as a fan, and he could stream it. He's friends with AJ Manor. He can get some backstage footage and stuff like that. Not many streamers.
Which I've done a video on. Everybody has done a video on. AJ Manor is acting like a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I know that we're already 5 minutes in. That fucking interview with Buddy there was the most ridiculous thing ever. And if I was Rampage, I would tell Raja, get the fuck away from this guy. At least right now. This guy's. I'm not even gonna think about that interview again.
Get the, especially on Roger level. One thing about Roger and I have been streaming for a couple of months. Roger has been trending on social media. He was getting millions and millions of views. Me and him joking around and talking shit about each other, hitting each other.
Yeah, 100%. He had a successful career handed to him. It's the best situation. It's the exact situation that Jake Paul. I'm bringing him up. I know he's fighting Tank Davis. Everybody hates Jake Paul. Jake Paul made his fame on Vine, which, was a sub-platform like Kick. Came into YouTube, dominated with his brother, and well, I believe all were their buddies. I do think that all those content creators, those houses, I know they still do them, but who the fuck cares about, those anymore? It was all staged, right? All pro wrestling. But, there's fake, and then there's hitting somebody 22 times as hard as you can when they are already unconscious.
Nuts, and and the people call it, I'm bullying my son. Man, we are making content, being funny and stuff like that. Joking around for the camera and stuff like that. Streaming. So Roger's been going mega viral before this happened. Millions. I'm talking about some of the videos getting 12 million views. So he's just going like there's a fan to have something to stream.
All right, Rampage. I want to add this in here. In the event that Rampage somehow finds this video, your son, again, I don't use Kick. I'm not into IRL streaming. I like MMA. I like recording these videos and then going out my day, go to the gym, go for a walk, do whatever I want to do after I record these videos, right? And I can go on and on about how fucking stupid I think IRL streaming really is, but I get it's a hustle. I get it makes money. Again, Kick as a platform I despise. I will never go over to that. But nobody is making the argument that you are defending right now. We all know it was a work. But let's move to 13, 15. Yeah.
His community loved AJ Manor, and they were like, "Oh yeah, let's go see him do some pro wrestling." That's all.
Okay, I need to play it so I knew what clip it was. Talking about AJ Manor right here. Ooh, I completely agree with Max that if Roger gets charged, AJ should too. I completely agree. I think, there's a possibility he can get charged from that live stream, but, that's my own opinion, I guess. But,
Um, um, from my understanding, Psycho Stu didn't know him from Adam, didn't know him from Steve. He just walked up behind my son and hit him in the head with a can, a beer can, and people online arguing that it was a prop. That shouldn't even be the argument. It was a real can, but the argument be it didn't hurt.
No, he didn't go up from behind. Raja went up to him. I'm not gonna play the clip again because the moment you play that clip on your YouTube videos, instantly gets age restricted. We've all seen it dozens and dozens of times. Raja went up to him. They had a little scuffle. But he was clearly intoxicated. Nobody's gonna argue that. And he hit him over the head with an empty can. I have an empty can right here, mostly empty. That doesn't do a lot of damage. And he did the can shot properly. He did hit his hand with it. At least from what I remember. And again, had Raja acted right then, this would be a completely different issue. Well, you're blatantly hoisting the truth here.
My son said it didn't hurt. Psycho Stu, he did it like a pro wrestler, so it wasn't like, you know.
So your son admitted he did it like a pro. He did it like a pro wrestler. And that meant, okay, I'm gonna slam him on conscience and treat him like a grappling dummy. Alright.
My son got hurt from that, but the thing, what it was like he embarrassed him. Like he just hit him and didn't say anything to him, and then he was then you can see Psycho Stu grab my son by the neck and stuff like that on the stream. My son
Act then. I get it. Disrespect is big for, you know, that specific group of people. I don't know how to approach it here. You know, in 2025, we're opening up the words again, but I want to be safe here. But again, we saw the chat was the main reason he acted that way. And now, this is the big thing, and then I'll probably skip the rest of my points and go straight into the main thing, and then we'll go over to the situation of MMA Guru maybe being sued by Rampage Jackson. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the timeline we are living in right now. But let's play this segment.
didn't try to kill that man. Roger didn't know that. You know,
Yeah, I'll back it up a little bit.
very disrespected, and he didn't like that. Man, nobody would like that. But I'm not justifying what my son did.
I
Because what my
understand.
son did, it did what Psycho Stu, it didn't his punishment didn't fit the crime. But Roger didn't try to kill that man. Roger didn't know that, you know, it was real bad, but he didn't, he wanted to fuck him up, but he didn't go like, oh, I'm gonna kill this guy. He wasn't thinking that.
He's a trained martial artist in the ring with pro wrestlers. You're telling me he's never trained in full mount? Like, does he try and do that to his sparring partners? Who the fuck would want to train jiu-jitsu with this guy? Fuck that shit. Put him in an armbar, he fucking spazzes out. You're fucking, you know, needing plastic surgery. And I want to stress this. Rampage is not condoning what his son did. He's trying to justify it as a father, and he's trying to capitalize off of the publicity. But what the fuck are you doing, man? This is fucking pathetic.
Roger is actually one of the sweetest people that you ever want to meet. Honestly, he is. But just don't fuck with him. He's like me. I'm the sweetest guy you ever want to meet. The nicest guy. All I want to do is make people laugh and joke around and stuff like that. But don't fuck with me. Don't come in. Don't hit me and fucking grab me and ask me to sell. Go sell it. Roger don't know what selling it is. He don't know what that shit means. He's not a pro rapper.
Fuck off, scammer. Okay. He could be nice. Absolutely. He could be a nice person. I assume that he's a nice guy most of the time. But again, the extent that he took it to, it's his worst moment. But anybody without a platform does that in public, they are immediately pushed. We'll get to the California part eventually. But dude, what were you thinking when you did this interview, man?
Wrestler, you're not going to sell it. You don't know what's going through his mind right there. All he knows is like, this guy disrespected me on my own platform, and people don't understand that. The shit just got out of hand.
You mentioned some of the comments that I made about the streaming. It's because we were sitting there watching him read the chat, and it seemed like the chat was egging him on, and that led to him explode and go, as opposed to the receipt, as you were talking about, like
Right.
go way over the edge. And that's why I felt like it was toxic and dangerous. And
Yeah.
someone should have said, "Yo, man, you need to leave. You can't do this. You shouldn't do this. It's not smart."
I'm gonna keep, like I said, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck, keep it 100.
Really good question from Ariel Helwani.
Yeah, there's a lot of toxic people that could be in chat and stuff like that. And when I first got Roger into streaming, and I told him, man, don't be out there reading that chat like that and blah blah blah. And he told me, he was like I was in character. I'm going in here. The shit happened live on stream, and they told me, don't sell out wrestling. He's like, he was in character, so he didn't give a fuck about what chat say. You know what I'm saying? He's the MMA guy going to a pro wrestling ring. Like,
He didn't care what the chat was saying. Give me a second. Roger. I'm just assuming this will be a top post. Let's see if I can find it. I can't find it. But one of the biggest clips was when he was in the parking lot and he said, "Now nobody can call me a bitch. I'm done playing. I'm done with people calling me a bitch." That right there. You're a 24-year-old man. You don't act like that. You don't act like the way you did the 15 minutes before that.
Like some kids, some people, they think that shit's real. But the thing is, Roger really did hit him, and you could see one guy try to pull Roger off, and Roger still going and hitting him. But then you see Roger throw some punches that lands in the air and lands on his stomach and stuff like that. And it seems like Roger was really trying to sell it, but Roger really hurt that man. Roger could have killed that man.
You think Raja nearly took that man's life. That's the issue. Like, it can't be understated.
Man, like you could kill somebody if they knock down and you keep punching them. Like that. You know, where would we be if Roger would have killed that man? Where would we be? Thank God, Psycho Stu, pulled through. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but like I said, I stopped
I did cut him off at the wrong time. I did. I do have to admit that. My bad. My bad.
listening to the attorneys. I got really upset with all the death threats and all this stuff, and I wanted Psycho Stu to tell his part that my son did not sneak up on him, and I never heard him say that. So now I'm upset.
Hmm.
Now I'm
Nobody is saying he snuck up on him. We all know it was work. Like you're arguing points that nobody is making here. I'm gonna go to 1810 and then I'm just gonna skip to the end where Ariel hits with the main points.
Are you surprised Raja hasn't been arrested?
This is about him being arrested. It's California. Most likely, they're building a big case. They're interviewing multiple witnesses from that night, and they are going to throw a big case at Rampage Jackson, regardless how you feel in that. This, especially after you had those guys torture Buddy there on that other kid stream, they are going to make an example out of this, and I wouldn't be surprised if Kick will get a lot of backlash, but more so than they are getting right now. Um, but here is Rampage's response.
No, honestly, I'm not surprised that Roger hasn't been arrested. Like, I feel like the police are doing like a deep investigation because this is not the first time that something like this has happened in pro wrestling. It's not. It is just a high profile case. I feel like because it was live streamed on a different. It went different than. So let me explain something to you with live streaming. Live streaming, you have people watching your streams just to clip your stuff to post it on their social medias to go viral. All right. So this shit went.
Yeah, yeah. But we're also human beings. And we know not to beat somebody near death on their own platform. I feel like majority of the population should have enough brain cells to figure that one out.
More viral than if somebody regular was just filming that there with their phone. Like it's already a community tapped in watching these live streams, so stuff can go viral. And people never seen no shit like that because because it looked like Roger snuck into a wrestling ring and came up behind a pro wrestler and beat the fuck out of him.
That's what the video looks like. But everybody has picked up on every bit of this case, right? Everybody watched the Scaling Up podcast, really good podcast. I initially was a fan of buddy there, Eric. I do believe his pranks are funny, but again, we're gonna get to Doug's video later here. Nobody is making the arguments that you are defending right now. And everything that happened was filmed by the suspect. Like, I hate to say that word, but that is just the reality of the situation. And it's not the first time that fucking, an athlete did it. Wasn't it, was it Damon Arnett? Damon Arnett did it. Ja Morant did it in the NBA, I think. But, there was another guy on Vegas that did it, I think, like, this 2 weeks later. Yeah, they were drafted in the same class, right? One of you, if you know who I'm talking about, comment down below. But again, Rampage, like you have to be following the Barbara Streisand right? There's no way. There's no way I'm not being played in this interview. At least a little bit, and that is very apparent by the fact that he's continued to live stream throughout all of it. Now, I want to stress that's not me saying he doesn't care at all, but it's a really bad look as nearly a 50, or what is he, like 45, 46, around there. It's not a good look at this time. Even if you took like a weekend off and just relaxed, and then did, I don't know, normal live stream, cooking in your kitchen or whatever, and you address it like, all right, yeah, like I want to come out here, be real with you. This is what's going on. But instead, you're in a bowling alley with a bunch of random fucking women. You can barely hear what you're trying to say at a very emotional time. It's not a good look.
When that part was staged, the part that didn't look staged, that didn't seem staged, that Roger took it too far. But that happens in pro wrestling at the lower levels and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You guys gotta.
Not to that fucking extent. But whatever. I'll leave the middle chunk in here. I wanna end it off by watching Ariel Helwani finally in the interview say what most of us are thinking. Take it away, Ariel.
How many kids you got?
I got 3.
All right.
I went too far ahead.
Try new things so I can stream it. Normally, I just be sitting around the house like playing video games in my underwear, eating cereal like those low IQ people that believe everything they see on the internet should be doing. But Kit got me going out, racing and go cars. It made me want to start my own go kart team. Got me out doing a whole bunch of shit, and it's great. But Roger, he didn't want to stream anyway. He didn't like it. He just wanted to come on my stream every now and then, and he didn't like it.
Then why was he streaming at a fucking wrestling event? Come on. This is like watching fucking the Three Stooges put together a legal case. Oh my god. At least Roger's shutting the fuck up. At least from my point of view. Come on, man. I'm trying to take your side. I really am. But you also have to kind of break character and be like, yeah, my son has issues. He needs to really learn what social media is, what his viewers are, and what, having a platform truly means. As a guy who has one of the biggest chain companies right now, one of the biggest podcasts inside of MMA right now, you've always been a well-known name, even outside of MMA. Again, every father should defend their son. And I won't stress that. But you gotta be truthful. You gotta have the facts straight. Especially when it's a matter of someone nearly passing away in front of their friends and family.
Are you at all worried about his well-being?
Yeah, it's my son. I am worried about his well-being. How many kids you got?
I got 3.
All right. So why you asking me some stupid ass shit?
No,
Well, can I be real with you?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it would feel like to see my son do that. I also don't think I would cut my son off if he did that. So if you are worried about his well-being, why are you not talking to him?
Because he dishonored my name, and
But he's still your son.
No, listen. I know he's my fucking son. I'm not cutting him off for forever. I just haven't talked to him.
But this is the worst moment of his life.
whichever one will get. You won't talk to your son, or you'll talk about this situation on the Ariel Helwani show, a guy that you've had an on-screen rivalry with for 2 decades. I'm just gonna leave it there. But yeah, Ariel Helwani asked a lot of other really good questions. But to end this video off, I'll talk about this a little bit. I'll bring up Guru straight. Rampage Jackson is threatening defamation against MMA Guru, who has been really going hard with the hit and run situation. We know that he is very, very lenient on fighters who commit hit and run. He shouldn't be. I mean, I state that, but he's bringing up this article. Rampage on stream earlier said that me reading this news article about him while live left me open for defamation, insinuating that he would sue me. I think the whole situation, I think this would end with him calling me out to a fight. I thought more of him as a man. What a bitch. He's baiting the defamation. 100%. I feel like majority of you get that. But like, it is fucking hilarious though, that this random dude in his fucking parents' basement is now at the level where like he's pulling 16K live viewers. At least he did when this whole thing popped off. But like, if Rampage sues him for defamation, Guru knows what he's doing. Like, okay, when you are talking shit about somebody in this stage of the internet, you have to do it very carefully. See, what he said when he brought this up was he said, I heard about this situation where Rampage Jackson hit a pregnant woman who miscarried. And now he's bringing up said article. Damn. In July, I don't even, okay, I'm just gonna scroll through this one. On July 15th, 2008, Rampage Jackson is arrested after a police chase where he crashed into multiple cars, causing a woman's miscarriage. He was only sentenced to 200 hours of community service. Historic vids posted on August 28th. See how I did that? Now, this is a pretty big damn shock. But like, I think that Rampage, he is baiting engagement. But you guys have to realize that, like, in terms of like what we all are doing in the MMA sphere, right? You got Weasel, you got Guru, you got Jesse on Fire, Bedtime. I did I say ITP? ITP is fucking hilarious, man. Man, I don't know how his skimmer gets me, but like I cannot make it through one of his videos without, dude. I don't know. It's just delivering, man. I can't explain it. I cannot explain it. But like, back to my point. The MMA guru has been doing this shit for years, man. Dude. You know, the legend of the MMA guru is quite an extended one. And by filing a defamation lawsuit, you're going to further build the MMA guru's platform. I just I feel like I'm like narrating I feel like I'm narrating a villain arc. I really am. But like, if anybody knows how to do what Guru does and keep himself safe from defamation, it will be him. But I mean, from everything he's doing, he's baiting the lawsuit. He wants it 100%. We will see. Maybe that goes further. It'll get his own video. But again, it just goes to show Rampage's priorities at the moment. I question. Now we're going to end it off with Doug Marlowe's video that he uploaded an hour ago. Dude is going ham. I do have to say, he is fucking killing it, dude. I watched his workout video earlier this morning. Loved the fucking shorts. Yeah. Let's watch. We'll watch at least a minute or two of this. I want to give him his own viewership, obviously.
Rampage, really, dude? Stu just had all these altercations backstage? That you're sure of that? Really? You're gonna go with that? That's what you're gonna go with. You're so confident. You just know this, right? You were just back there and saw it all. You're willing to vouch. You know, you're willing to go that route. Really? A willful lie? You know that's gonna get my buddy's family harassed? Really? That's great, buddy. That's funny. That's real. I know where you're getting the information from. You're getting it from Homeboy. I know you're getting it from dipshit with a cowboy hat. You know why he's got no ass? Because he's always lying that motherfucker right off his body. Like, you keep vouching for that dude, you're going to have no credibility left. Look at what he did on JBL's podcast. He went on there and lied in front of a whole bunch of people. Oh, I didn't know Roger was streaming, and that's why I said what I said. Okay, first of all, if you didn't know he was streaming, and that's why you said what you said to Raja, that's even worse. Stupid.
100%. Then that would just prove that AJ Mana, however the fuck you say it, it is a gay gimmick, I do have to say. Brokeback Mountain, I don't know. Somebody can make a Brokeback Mountain reference somewhere. But like, the guy immediately showed himself as a fucking stooge in that live stream he did. Rampage, I would get Raja the fuck away from that dude. That dude, he admitted, you know, he was in a gang or in the ranch or whatever. That's a dude that he'll end up like that guy that was in BJ Penn's video, right? Where's your wall, man? Where's your wallet, man? Well, let's continue.
Like, don't get information from that guy. Who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to talk to that has the right information? What are the requirements for trust for you? Like, do you want someone that's been in there longer? What do you need? I've never seen Stu violent once backstage. The only backstage incidents we ever had came from AJ. Because AJ's an asshole. He's always been an asshole. There isn't a day where AJ wakes up and isn't a fucking asshole. Like, it's insane to me that you said that. Like, I can't believe it. Like, I know where you're getting it from. Like, I know you're just trying to stick up for people, but like, in this case, it's infuriating because that dude has been a jerk everywhere he goes, and all he does is find people with any notoriety, and then he finds a way to weasel in and tells the same old sob story so he can kind of connect and has.
Hold up. Hold up a minute. It all makes sense now. AJ. Yeah. There's a picture of this guy. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. We got. Right. We got this guy, right? AJ Mana. Zoom in. Bald head, beard. Came out of nowhere. Now, there's a guy we haven't seen in the MMA community for quite some time. And he's known for having advanced powers, you know? I'm just saying. Where's this guy at? Got the tattoos. Shaved his head. Maybe like if he grew out a beard, or like that beard would have to give him like serious facial definition. I don't know, man. Kind of makes sense. I don't know why I thought about that at the end. Yeah, whatever. Maybe it is Josh Bobby in disguise. Let me know. What do you think about Rampage's response? I know this was a longer video, but again, so much to it. MMA guru baiting Rampage Jackson into a lawsuit. I can't believe these fucking words are actually legal events, but they are. Let me know what you think down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Later.